It's like trying to find the right balance between like I got my integrity, you know, I want to be a good person, but at the same time, it's just the world is making it super fucking hard sometimes, and it's you know it fucking sucks that it's this way. But
I mean, it's just that like war between the traditionalist way of doing things and then the new age things of doing that, right? Because you know, like even if YouTube right now is such a massive thing worldwide, technically speaking, it's only been around for what, 15 years?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just the age of social media now, where people, it is all about making as much noise as possible, even if you are someone very much in the wrong and like your logic is fucked. Somehow, some people are able to make more noise than the other person, therefore they are win. The right ones, and they win in the end. And it's just like, it's a very, I would say backwards way, but it's just the way the world is now, unfortunately.
I think it's the hands that we've been dealt. Unfortunately, with YouTube's system, it's really sad that it only ever gives any benefit to the claimant. So it's like, you kind of don't really have a choice. And it sucks because people who don't want to do it, I mean, like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to make a fuss about it on Twitter. And I might have been able to get it resolved if I just made it hell for them. Like, if I just, you know, bombed their social medias. And just, you know, but might have worked. Like, but... Did I want to find out, and would I have felt good about it? Like, probably not.
You don't want to resort to that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Because the thing about, especially with YouTube copyright, is that there's just been like everything that's been mentioned and everything that people say is all fucking guesswork. Because the thing is, there is no precedence. Because the highest level this can go up to is like
Supreme Court.
It's like court, right? And that's only happened once between one creator and one creator, which is like H3H3, right? And that's been the only precedence about anything regarding YouTube copyright. That we've never had an individual go up against a company, so nobody knows how that's going to end up, really.
Right. You know? I think because the company doesn't really want that, because it would look bad for them,
and no individual wants to be the test.
Exactly right. Nobody wants to be the first.
Do you really want to be that company picking on a singular dude, and then that dude also rally the internet behind him? Like, you probably don't want that. Like, it's not. You might win it, but everyone will think you're an asshole.
That's in that situation, kind of everyone loses. Like there is no single winner at that point.
No.
Maybe the creator can come out of it if he's willing to go through it. Like, the creator might come out with a lot of respect. And might get a lot of community support, and it could be worth it, but it's such a big gamble.
It could also completely go the other way around.
It could also completely just ruin your life.
It could bankrupt you.
Well, it could not only bankrupt that individual, but it could also leave an example for other companies to start abusing that, right?
Exactly.
It's like, oh well, they lost in the court case, so let's go out and just fucking snipe down all these individual creators.
Because fucking nobody understands the law anyway. You know, so we none of us really understand fair use laws. How the fuck are the fucking jury gonna understand fair use laws? You know what I mean?
It's like, so what? You used an anime girl in your video, and this company owns said anime girl, but doesn't actually own it.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, Your Honor.
Jeez, and it's a mess given how worldwide YouTube is. Like, how do you sue someone that's in like a different country with different laws?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, what if none of your American company? Which laws are you using? Are you using YouTube laws?
Well, that's the problem, right?
You know?
Is that like
I'm not an expert, so I'd love to know.
And I think that's why, like, at least the majority of anime YouTubers who have been caught using anime footage in their videos have managed to get away with it, because in Japan we don't have fair use laws, but in America, where YouTube is hosting, we do have fair use laws. So it just never happens. The Japanese look at that and we're like, oh shit, well, I guess we've got to back away now.
It's probably not worth their time either to, try and figure out who if they can do it.
Yeah, right? And it is an unfair system, because it really just fucks over any of the small creators.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like if you're a small creator, the best strategy you can go for is be friends like a bigger creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're ever in any trouble, then you got to rely on them to like make noise for you, because you can't do it for yourself. And I can't really think of a better way to go about it aside from that.
Except just fucking giving up. There's literally no other way of going around that, right? Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, 'cause even like creator of our sizes, it's still difficult to get things fixed. I think the only creators like that I could think of that would be like able to get shit done is like maybe like Mr. Beast, because he's like obviously if YouTube's really friendly with you, they'll help you out. Like, they'll figure out a way to make it like go away.
Right. Yeah. But it's like one out of how many million channels?
That's the thing, right? There's like maybe like 100. I bet no more than 100 of those people who can have that kind of power.
Yeah.
Because even we're like big creators, I guess.
I mean, we're big creators in the anime field, but in the overall fucking scheme of things, we're just a fucking.
We're still decently sized though.
But I think in 2020, like beginning of 2020, like rough estimate, there's I think over 10,000 channels now with over 1 million subs.
Wow.
So yeah, it's we're definitely not we're definitely expanding more.
But you'd still think that the ad revenue that you're maybe bringing in, is more than like a Google employee, so it might be worth.
Right, but how many Google employees are there?
True. I guess that's tough.
At the end of the day, yes, we may be big in our separate fields, and maybe compared to other like smaller creators or people who don't do stuff. But in a bigger sense, the ceiling is very, very high.
It should be nice because they take 45% of your ad revenue. It'd be nice to know that they give a fuck about it. Not just host the videos.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big enough where like they can't care about. They don't like 1 million 1 million subscribers. That's like nothing.
True. Yeah, I guess they only care about the creators that can actually affect their reputation, which I guess are the super big ones.
It's like 0.001%, right?
Yeah. Because I get it when like you see on Twitter there'll be a dude with like 20 subs who's like, man, YouTube's so unfair to the small guys, and it's like, I mean, come on, you have 20 subs, you don't really like have much to lose. Like I know, like you shouldn't be discriminating against sizes, but also I think there should be a prioritize on people who are living off it and that use the system throughout.
I mean, it's like I feel sorry for YouTube at the same time as well because I'm like
can't win.
I'm thinking about this from like their perspective and like how do you solve every problem that you have on YouTube? Because YouTube right now is too fucking large. There's too much content to be able to know what everyone is doing and everything being uploaded. Like it feels like it's just an impossible puzzle to solve. You jiggle around one thing and then like another piece pops out. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. Where I feel like they are doing the best that they can, and I feel like as creators, we all like are very grateful to YouTube. But the sucky thing is that if we have a problem with YouTube, we have to make them look like the fucking devil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas my personal opinion is that I know YouTube's doing the best they can. I know there's like some massive problems that happen with, some people getting banned or some people getting demonetized by like accidents and everything. And it can affect livelihood, but I look at this also from like the perspective of, hey, this platform is just fucking massive. It's gonna be impossible to solve every problem with a bot, but that's what they need to do. They need to have a bot because you can't have actual humans looking over everything that's being uploaded.
Yeah, because hasn't YouTube like in terms of like stuff that Google owns, hasn't YouTube been in the red for like the past like 4 years or something? YouTube's constantly losing money for Google.
I mean, it's not the value of making money, it's the amount of information that YouTube brings Google is like priceless.
Oh yeah. It's like what 50 hours of content uploaded every minute or second. I think
it's
to YouTube.
Way more than that.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane. Yeah, but no, it's scary. But I guess like that comes with the price of it being just a brand new type of entertainment, right? I'm sure radio and TV had probably the exact same problems when it first started to rise, and it's only after decades and decades of trial and error that they've kind of smoothed it out.
I mean, what I find funny is that when YouTube first started to get super commercialized, right? And people started having all these problems with copyright and a lot of people taking advantage of the system. People were like, well, this is a fucking dying platform. Let's go over to Twitch, everyone. Yeah. And then now that Twitch is like starting to like burst into the mainstream, we're now seeing like the same problems affect Twitch creators now. And everyone's like, man, Twitch is getting so hard now.
Twitch is getting axed like even harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the new DMCA laws are bloody ridiculous on Twitch now.
Yeah.
And it was like the one thing that Twitch was like, oh, thank God, we don't have to worry about playing copyrighted stuff on our Twitch anymore. And then Twitch was like, Amazon kind of stepped in, was like, yeah, about that.
I mean, it's more like the music industry has just been like stuck in its ways for like the past like 30 years.
Which is weird though, because like websites like Newgrounds to this day you can use copyrighted music. And they won't do anything about it.
That's because no one owns Newgrounds. Newgrounds is like still privately owned.
Right, but the thing is like even when it was in its prime, like the music industry never stepped in and tried to do something about it. They were just like, well,
because the money wasn't there. Like when the live streaming, they see all these like $1 billion buyouts. Like that's what I'm saying. The music industry are like, hello,
Basically, I feel like it's just the content cycle. Like everyone tries to find this new platform where we talked about the golden age of the internet before, where things were like less regulated and everything. But as soon as something does get popular enough, it's just an inevitability that companies are just going to want to get in on it, and it's going to be more regulated, and it's going to be, you're going to have content creators are just going to have less freedom. It's the unfortunate truth of the internet, and it's the unfortunate truth of media.
God, I hate capitalism. Down with capitalism.